Your company is well known as a supplier to the chemical and petrochemical industries throughout the Benelux. How much interest would you say there is for low emission valves?
Well, due to all kinds of treaties, it is very important and gets more important every day. The authorities nationally, internationally demand lower emissions all the time. So it's the only way to go. The lower the emission, the better.
So what kind of features are there in the valves you're offering that ensure low emissions?
Well, the most important feature that we have for low emission is our spring-energized packing system. Due to the reduction of volume because of age and wear, you get that the volume of the packing reduces. And we can fill that up by a constant pressing up on the packing. And that's really a system which is maintenance friendly and also guarantees a very long life because you don't have to tighten the gland every other week.
And what can you say about the actual packing used then? Is that something special?
The packing we use is a very high density packing with a TA Luft conformation, and it has been tested in several German and other testing institutes, and it's a very good packing to use.
Okay, so these two features sound great for new valves, but what about customers who have an installed valve base? What can they do?
Well, there it gets really interesting because our team has the capacity and the possibilities to exchange in situ the valve sealing systems which are in place. For instance, you have an old tank farm with many old valves and you want to upgrade that to TA Luft. You can do two things. You either buy a new valve for a lot of money, or we can exchange the seals, put on the spring-energized system, but also make the calculation necessary to get the approval from the authorities, like Lloyd's or TÜV or Stonewason.
It sounds very effective, but it also sounds very expensive. Are end users willing to pay for this service?
Absolutely, that's where it gets interesting, because you have two options. Either you buy a new valve, which costs thousands of euros for the bigger ones, or you invest some hours packing some specialist people who are capable of installing this system, and for a couple of €100 you're ready. So it saves them many, many thousands of euros. You also can do it with a filled tank. So there can be 20 or 30 meters of fluids in the tank, and we still can change the seals without taking the valve offline. So there are many advantages, and in the end it's much, much cheaper.